Hey guys, so one of the books I want to read to you is a book called Hello Spring because spring is just right around the corner. It's almost here, and Winnie the Pooh is like my favorite character ever. So yeah, this is Hello Spring. One morning, Winnie the Pooh woke up to the sound of icicles melting. Drip, drip, drip. He rubbed his sleepy eyes and felt sunshine pouring through his window like warm honey. Time for a little something, he decided happily. Pooh went to his cupboard to find his breakfast. Oh, bother, he said. His honey pots were empty. Cheer up, cheerily, sang a robin outside Pooh's window. Buzz, 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 sang a honeybee. Pooh stood in his doorway and looked outside. It was such a beautiful day, Pooh began to feel like singing too. I think the spring is springing. I can hear a robin singing and the icicles are melting. Drip, drip, drip. So I'm following the buzzing bee, skipping to the honey tree. Pooh skipped through the grass and up the path to the honey tree. When he reached the bridge, he rested for a bit. The river was racing underneath. Up above, little clouds were forming in the bright sky, and all around him the trees were putting on their new green leaves. Hello, Pooh Bear, called Rabbit. No time for sitting. It's spring. Time to get the garden planted. Oh, hello, Rabbit. Then the rumble of Pooh's tummy made him think of breakfast. No time for sitting, he thought. Pooh picked up his honey pot and walked through the meadow, all bright with flowers. As he reached the creek, Owl flew overhead. Hello, Pooh, called Owl. Isn't it a glorious day? I'm off to do my spring cleaning. Time to feather the nest. Goodbye, Owl, called Pooh, and once again his tummy reminded him that he hadn't had any breakfast. No time for sitting, he thought. Pooh picked up his honey pot and strolled through the woods. As he strolled, he sang, I hear the peepers peeping, but the shiny beetles creeping are as quiet as the violets in the breeze. So I'm following the buzzing bee and heading to the honey tree. As soon as he came out of the woods, Pooh decided that it would be nice to rest again. He sat in the new grass. Hello, Pooh, said Eeyore. I believe you're sitting on my spring thistles. Not that I mind, but thistles are much better when they aren't sat upon by bears. Ow! No time for sitting, said Pooh, picking a pricker from his fur. As Eeyore piled up the thistles, Pooh picked up his honey pot and skipped up the hill toward the honey tree. Spring is springing, and that's why Pooh is singing, following that buzzing bee headed to the honey tree. Pooh climbed up the honey tree and reached into the hollow. He grabbed 1, 2, 3 pawfuls of honey. Then he filled the pot. He licked the pot clean and filled it again. After the second pot, Pooh began to think a picnic sounded like a very nice thing. But my friends are all busy, sighed Pooh. I wonder what they will think. To Pooh's surprise, everyone agreed that a picnic was a splendid idea. They gathered at the picnic spot, and Kanga spread out a blanket. Piglet took hay-corn pies, apples, and honey pots out of a large basket. Eeyore laid out plenty of thistles. Everyone sat around the picnic blanket and smiled and laughed in the sun. Ah, said Pooh happily, maybe spring is a good time for sitting. Pooh, announced Rabbit, you're absolutely right. Spring is a busy time, but I think the best thing about spring is sitting and listening to the robins singing. And watching the bluebells ringing, added Tigger. And smelling the brown earth greening, chimed Roo. And feeling all warm and sunny, sighed Piglet. And tasting lots of honey, cried Pooh. The other book I'm going to read is Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go. This is my mom's favorite one. Congratulations! Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. And you are the guy who'll decide where to go. You'll look up and down streets. You'll look them over with care. About some you'll say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. You may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's open there in the wide open air. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to highest heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be best of the best. And wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm so sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lightened, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out, or do you dare to go in? How much can you lose, and how much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right in 3/4, or maybe not quite, or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker upper to make up his mind. You can get so confused that you'll start into race down long, wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace and grind on for miles across weirdish, wild space, headed, I fear, toward the most useless place, the waiting place. For people just waiting for a train to go or a bus to come or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, waiting for a yes or a no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No, that is not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying, and you'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. With banner flip-flapping once more, you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of guy. Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done, there are points to be scored, there are games to be won, and the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame! You'll be famous as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win because you'll play against you. All alone. Whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon. That can scare you so much that you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather be foul, and on you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hack and cracks howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure that when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. And never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right with your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed. Kid, you will move mountains. So, be your name Baxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai Ally Van Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. That is the end of Oh, the Places You'll Go.